Today, I want to talk to two different groups of parents at the same time, having the same conversation. The first group is the parents that know their child's having some challenges with crawling, walking, speech, and maybe you're already doing some PT, OT, and you've come to a plateau or you're not seeing the results that you're looking for. The other group of parents are the parents that maybe they don't even know that their child is having some of these delays, that they're having some of these challenges. And so today what we want to do is we want to talk about gross motor development. Last year, the CDC, because so many children were having problems with meeting their milestones, they actually started to delay some of these things. Some by a few months, some by a few years, and they even cut some of them out. One of them, the one they cut out, was crawling. And what I know as a neurological based chiropractor is that crawling is one of the most fundamental, foundational things that we must do in our early development to help with not just our physical attributes, but also our social, our emotional, intellectual, and especially athletic abilities later on in life. It is a building block. If you have a pediatrician, a lot of times they're following that new chart, and a lot of the times they're missing this link that goes right over their heads. This link that I want to talk to you about is that gross motor development. And it all starts with the upper neck. See, we get a lot of babies into our practice, and mom and dad come in and they brag about, look how strong my baby is. They can already lift their head and they're only 2 weeks old. And to me, that's an absolute sign that no, there's a lot of stress and irritation going on there, and those muscles are firing. And along with that, they're probably having other challenges like latching or eating, and mom and dad are trying to find a different therapy, or they're listening to maybe their pediatrician and they need a tongue tie. And we know that due to traumas at birth, whether it be forceps or vacuums, emergency C-sections, or just a difficult birth, that this can lead to stress being stuck on inside that really important brainstem, neck, and shoulders. And what develops later on are these gross motor issues where they're having problems sitting up or doing their tummy time or crawling, and then walking is delayed, and then speech is delayed. Nervous system is in charge of the motor or muscular system. And if we don't correct the stress, the irritation inside that system first, then all these therapies, these great therapies that we do, physical therapy, OT therapy, and speech therapy, they're going to plateau. You're not going to get the full effect. So as a pediatric chiropractor, we focus on these developmental milestones by removing that stress. See, one of the things that you might hear from your PT, if you're going to one, is that your child that's dealing with problems with walking and speech or coordination is that they're low tone. Well, the reason that they're low tone is because their sympathetic nervous system is all fired up. And that's why they have the stress in their neck. That's why they have the tight shoulders. And they're using so much of their energy just to fight gravity that they're uncoordinated in their movements, or maybe their writing or their speech. And so if we can find that missing link like we do here in our practice, then we can make a huge improvement. And we start to see them skyrocket while they're doing their therapies, their OTs and their PTs and speech therapy. So by clearing out the brainstem, the upper spine, neurospinal system, and alleviating that tension, now we allow for the body to do its job, to get the function of the core muscles online, to get the extremities online, to help balance out coordination and communication there. And so if you're at all interested in this discussion of neurodevelopment, gross motor function, meeting milestones, I want you to go to PDX Docs. It's a great website that we're connected with, and type in those words. Type in torticollis, type in stiff neck, type in neuropediatric chiropractors, type in ADHD, because what we know is if we don't develop properly with our core muscle function and our extremity function, a lot of times this will lead to things like ADHD, sensory processing disorders, and even social and emotional behavioral issues and challenges. So if you're interested, go to the pdxdocs.com, check that website out. Make sure you click on the links for the videos. There's a lot of great explanation, a lot of great science in there. And also, come in, get scanned. We have a system called the Insight system that will look at neurological function, both motor and the autonomic nervous system. And we'd love to have your child come in so we can measure, see how long it's been there, so we can get them on the right track so that you can continue on with your PT, your OT, your speech therapy. And maybe that's not even something that you've thought of yet, but it's absolutely something if your child's having challenges that we should have that discussion about. So give us a contact, share this information. Love and appreciate you. We want to help your children reach their fullest potential.